Hi, I thought I'd do a video today explaining the reasons why I use the Varivas Sport, the breaking strains I use, why I'm using it, all the other lines that I've used in the past, just how good this stuff is really. It's very popular, very popular along along the sea angling scene. There seems to be a short supply of it for the amount of people that want it. It's absolutely crazy. We just had a big batch in now down Veals, and within 3 to 4 hours it was all gone. That's how popular this stuff is. We get it ranging from £15 all the way up to £30. My two popular are the £20 and the 25. I like the yellow because at night time it's just high vis, easy to see. If you get tangles as well, it's easy to sort out. But I've been using this line now for about 10 to 12 years. Harry might correct me if I'm wrong, but it's got to be at least 10 years I've been using this line. I've only ever used a 0.40 £20 for the Bristol Channel. I believe in sacrificing a little bit of distance rather than using 15 or 18 pound, just if you get that nice smooth hound or that nice blonde ray or something a little bit bigger, you've got the you've got the strength there to bully it over rough ground, whereas 15 pound is more of a clean ground line. Even though you get more distance with lighter lines, I'd rather lose an extra 20-30 yards just so I know I got that strength there if needed. That's in the £20 I use for the hounds and the rays for the Bristol Channel. Even on the Endies, or if I go down south on the Endies, the Stingrays, £20 more, much more. I know some of the boys I go taupe fishing with, they use £20 on the taupe. It's more than fine. But if I'm going to go down West Wales or North Wales for the taupe, I use 25 in 0.44. Amazing stuff. None of these lines have ever let me down. The only time I've been let down with the £20 is by angler error, where I'm belting both baits out as far as I can in a hard tide. The left hand one might trip out, roll down tide and tangle up with the other line. We've all done it. We do it multiple times a year. We wind in and all of a sudden we catch the other main line. It kind of grates it, it kind of like snags it a little bit from where you've dragged it along the lead or the hook or the shock leader clip. You think it's going to be okay, you cast back out, you hit into a fish or a snag and it'll snap. So basically it's just an angler error is the only reason this has ever let me down. Never ever let me down for a fish. The £25 has never let me down on the big fish either. There's been a couple of occasions where I think I'm getting spooled. I clamp down on the reel, I turn the fish, no problem whatsoever. I hooked into my PV taupe, which gave me an absolute beasting. £25, no problem whatsoever. And then the same session I hit into what we were convinced was a poor beagle shark. It emptied my BG30 on video in less than 17 seconds. One run, gone. I clamped my thumb down on the spool, BG30 done as tight as it'll go, and it literally burned my thumb. I couldn't go fishing for a week afterwards because my thumb felt like it had a deep blister in it. It was that bad. It got to the end of the spool and just went bink. There's nothing I could do to stop that fish. This thing stayed down deep on the bottom. One run, 250 yards gone in less than 17 seconds. But yeah, they're also available in 4-ounce spools ranging from £15 to 30. You've got the half kilos ranging from £15 to 30. It's also available in green, mist green, in 4-ounce spools. It's also available in red sport, which is available in 4-ounce spools, same from 12 to 30, I think that is. But what I'm going to do now as well, I'm going to tie 2 shock leader knots. I'm going to do a bimini twist, and the reason why I use a bimini twist only on clean ground is because I find sometimes if you're fishing rough ground and you've got strong hooks on. If that hook is jammed, you're not snapping those hooks, no matter what line you've got on. If you've got a strong knot like a Bimini twist, the line will end up parting where the weakest part of that main line is, where it's been snagged on your rod, your reel, a reef, a bit of kelp, anything. But what I find with the Spider's hitch, even though it is a really, really strong knot, it will always give in at the knot. I'm going to go ahead and tie you 2 shock leader knots. Hope you enjoy the video. This is what we call the Bimini twist. You get a nice loop about 1.5 feet long. Hold the tag end in your left hand, and the magic number I use is 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 twists. Give it a wet. Like that. Now, better off putting this over your knee, pulling it down tight there. Now she's really tight, let it go back on itself. Hope you can see that. And then pinch it together, and then you get your tag end. You go around the one leg through the inside of the loop, put it down tight, get the tag end, go through the other leg, back through the loop, put it down tight, and then go around both legs 3 times, back through the loop. So she looks like that. So what I'll do now is I'll trim that tag end off. There, so that is the Bimini twist. And what I do now is I get the shock leader. I do an overhand knot. It looks like that. When you put the end of this loop now through, you put the mainline loop through the side of where the tag end on the shock leader is coming out. So not the opposite side, the same side as the loop's coming out, the tag end. So you go through about 1 inch, put it down tight, give it a squeeze, make sure all is nice and neat. So hold the shock leader, drag the shock leader down 2/3 of the way, put it nice and tight. Now hold both the shock leader and the main line tight between your thumb and forefinger. And now you might call this a grinner, you might call it a uni. So you form a loop underneath your shock leader, and you go round your shock leader through the loop 4 times. 2, 3, 4. This liber. So she looks like that. Now we ease her down gently, and as she comes close, grab that, pull that tight, nice and neat, nice and tight. Give her, cut the tag ends. That there is the Bimini twist. That is a really, really, really strong knot, that is. That's what I'd use over clean to lightly mixed ground. It will never let you down. Now this knot, shock leader knot, is called a Spider's hitch. So you get a tag end of about 1 foot. You don't really need it that long actually. Let's say 12 inches. 1 foot. So create a loop about 2/3 of the way up, trap in the loop between your thumb and your forefinger. So do that again. So create a loop, go around the loop and your forefinger 3 times. So it looks like that. Let's get the end of the tag end, the end of the loop, sorry, and you go through, you can see it unraveling. Nice and neat. Bit of saliva, put it down nice and tight. Oh, there, give that a nice little trim. So there is your loop for your spider's hitch. Through the mainline loop with your shock leader about 6 inches, and I go around once, twice, 3, 4 times around both tag ends, and I go back through the loop the same way I went in. So bit of saliva, put it down nice and tight. There she goes. That is the spider's itch. Now I use this over the rough ground. It's a very strong knot, as you see. Very strong knot, but because there is actually a knot on your main line there, on my left hand, that will give in before a Bimini twist, because on a Bimini twist there isn't actually a knot on the main line, it's just a twist. So this is a knot I'd use on the rough. Very capable of landing very big fish, but this will give in before a Bimini twist. Big ½ kilo spools ranging at $39.99. They're worth every penny, you know. They're like the 25 pound 0.4, you get 2,800 meters, you know, and then like the 20 pound 0.40, you get 3,350 meters. And I know the I haven't got any 15 or 18 here, but I know the 15 and 18 pound is over 4,000 to 5,000 meters, you know, and like the 25 pound in a 4 ounce spool is just under 700 meters. I know in the 20 pound it's just under 800 meters. It's great value. At the end of the day, you pay for what you get. It's made in Japan. You know, we all know Japanese stuff, you know, including the stuff they make, the cars even, they last forever. They, you know, Japanese don't make rubbish stuff. It is really worth, you know, using Varivas Sport. You know, I got 101% faith in this. It never ever let me down. Never let me down. And this is the line I'll use for the next, hopefully 30 years of healthy sea fishing. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the little video, the insight into Varivas Sport. Fingers crossed you like it, and hopefully it'll land some big fish for you in the future to come.